Well, I'm not going to stand by while some folks in our community are taken advantage of, and neither should the university nor its students.
SUNY Albany needs to get their priorities straight. They need to make adequate representation of all their workers a priority. Lily Watson said, "If you've come to help me, you are wasting your time. But if you've come because your liberation is bound up with mine, then let us work together." Here at SUNY Albany, our rights are bound up with the rights of food service workers.
We're here to say, as students, that the Chartwells workers and the food service workers on this campus are a part of our community, and we will not tolerate the mistreatment of them or anyone else in our community. It is our duty and our responsibility to make sure that there is fair and equal treatment of everyone on this campus, whether they are a student, a member of staff, or faculty.
If it takes another battle to guarantee workers' rights, then we shouldn't shrink from it. Social justice was not won in this nation, or any nation, by cowardly people or corporate sycophants.
We are being monitored right now by the administration. Would the administration monitor care to introduce themselves? There's a woman over behind that pillar with a video camera who I know is not one of us. All right, anyway, whoever you may be, I would invite you to come up and take the microphone if you'd like, but I have a question for you. Why, when it comes to low-wage, largely minority workers, are students being threatened with having their clubs disbanded if they don't behave right? What is this double standard? These people make your food. You trust them to make your food and serve you, but you do not trust them to assemble on your campus? It's a shame.
Hi, I'm Lynn, and I'm just here to lend my support to the workers trying to get some basic rights from the university.
My name is Jermaine Dennis. I'm here because I believe
Chartwells
in
has a food
workers'
service
rights.
contract with the
I believe
University
that
of
the
Albany
things that
the sole
the
food provider for
university
this
and
campus.
administration
Every
have
day,
done
these
to the
employees
union
serve thousands
and to
of
the workers
students
are
on
wrong, and
campus.
things need to be
We
changed.
in our university pay for
how much they do for us, Chartwells workers. I really support what they do.
We're only asking for ethical behavior. That's all this local does anywhere. We ask employers, we ask contractors, we ask giant state institutions. All we ask is the same of everybody, just behave ethically.
And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to go take this party to the president and let him know who's the boss, because 471 is going nowhere. No justice, no peace. Thank you.
That's up to you. You guys do what you want. You're not with us. Who's the highest ranking person in the building right now?
No one. Me.
Well, there's nobody.
I don't want to be on camera. There's nobody.
Why don't you want to be on camera?
It's a state holiday, and there are no staff in the building as it's a state holiday, and there's nobody in a position to speak to you about this.
Who are you?
I'm the controller for the university.
Well, you're good enough. Why don't you come up and talk to us?
It's not my issue, and this is not, to be honest with you, it's not the university issue. This is an issue from
That's
Chartwells.
absolutely. So far, the president, as you are, is trying to maintain that SUNY Albany does not have the right to insist that its vendors behave ethically.
This is an issue that I'm not in a position to speak
I understand
about.
that. My problem is in the way I'm having the reason I'm having this conversation with you right now is that the president is refusing to do the right thing and meet with students and me and his workers about the fact that they're being abused. He's refusing to do that.
Let me make something clear. They're not university workers. That's part of the problem. They work for
Look,
Chartwells.
I've heard this argument for 10 years. A big fancy institution brings in some kind of contractor who abuses people and they say we're not guilty.
It's not true.
I'm not in a position to debate this with you.
What I'm asking you to do is to let the president know that he can try to wash his hands, but that does not mean he's not guilty, and we will not go away. He needs to sit down and talk about the fact that people are abusing his workers.
Well, I'll bring out the message to the president's office when they're in, and it can go from there. But to be honest with you, I'm not in the middle of it, and I don't have enough.
I know,
So
and I don't mean to be overheated with you. My whole calling in life is to make sure that workers are not abused by employers.
I understand.
And when I see a Goliath like SUNY Albany trying to hide behind the fact that some vendor is abusing their people and helping them make their university rate work, but they don't have any guilt in that, it's not right. The president needs to be accountable. He needs to talk to his own students, his own faculty, and his own workers and explain to them how, in his view, he's innocent while this kind of stuff goes on. I need somebody to call me back.
I'll bring a message to the president's office. If you don't leave your information, can we get the information,
well, one
please?
other thing that nobody right now wants to take responsibility for anything. Compass had somebody come in and tell us they're not responsible. We're being told by the president they're not responsible. Somebody on this campus is responsible for something because apparently nobody is claiming responsibility for any of the actions that are going on.
Okay, well, I'll bring a message to the president's office.
Well, they'll be bringing it to him too.
Thank you for that. One of the very disturbing things we heard this morning, workers were told by Chartwell's management that they would be fired for attending this rally today. I'm asking if you would also tell the president to please not allow Chartwells to fire people who aren't even off the clock. She's not working right now for just exercising the right to free speech.
Okay, I absolutely will bring that message forward.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So far, UAS doesn't have a responsibility. The president doesn't have a responsibility. The management of Compass Group does not have responsibility. And so far, no one is claiming responsibility for anything that's going on. Everyone has no involvement whatsoever, but I also brought it to his attention that some of these workers that you don't have responsibility to look out for, they are students. And they are the students that will take their money out of here.
The president is going to have to face the results of his behavior. He will have to meet with you and these workers. He doesn't really have a choice. He needs to call me, and if he doesn't, we'll be back.
For me personally, it affects me. I am a Chartwells employee, so I want to see my fellow co-workers get what they deserve. Even though I'm part-time, some of the issues don't pertain to me, but for the rest of my co-workers, it does. So I want to see them happy and make sure that they're getting all the things that they need and stuff like that.
Everybody's supposed to have these basic rights if you live in this country, and these people live in this country. What I really don't like is that no one's being accountable for this. Nobody's taking any accountability for what's going on.
They can terminate the contract with Chartwells and find a new company. And they could have not signed a poor contract in the first place. If the contract makes it hard for the university to leave when they don't approve of what the business is doing, then the university signed a bad contract and they should be held accountable for that.
Any employees attending this rally would be facing termination. So we are about to find out because I have 15 minutes to get to work to see if I still have a job. I work at Colonial Quad.
And I work there with them.
That's right.
That's right. That's the day, y'all.
Thanks everyone for coming. This is a very important cause. We cannot let this keep going on our campus. And we just have to tell your friends, tell your classmates, tell your professors, this cannot happen here. Thank you.
It's time for the University at Albany, President Phillip, UAS, and everybody that's a part of this to stand up and cry foul of what's happening here. We are the students at the University at Albany, and we stand behind the Chartwells workers. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. I want to thank everybody for showing their solidarity with the Chartwells workers. This is an important issue to us, and we as college Democrats and we as students stand behind everybody.